Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to make bone broth. It's really simple and I learned it from my family. Now bone broth is full of collagen, it's full of minerals, and it's really amazing for us. It's good for our gut health, it's good for our immune system, and it's just really good for joints and overall well-being. Okay, now I know many cultures have their own version of bone broth, but this is the recipe that I learned from my mom, and she learned it I think from her grandma as well. So let's go. Before we start, let's go through the ingredients. Okay, so we have onions here, we've got some coriander and some fennel. But you don't have to add the fennel. This is just the recipe that I've learned. You can add other ingredients that you like. But yeah, this is coriander and fennel. This is celery. And underneath the celery, there's some spring onions and some dry parsley sprinkled on top. Okay. And then this is the beef bones. So you can get these at your local butcher or you can get specific ones. So that's what we've got here. In addition to that, I've also got some turmeric. Turmeric is actually a really good anti-inflammatory and it's a really good complement to the broth. And then we've got vinegar, white vinegar. Okay, so I'll explain a little bit later on why we need the vinegar, but let's get started. Okay, so first thing we'll do is I'll just put the camera, we'll throw in our onions here. Okay, throw that in, then let it simmer. Now I'm just gonna put 1 small spoon of ghee, butter, just to saute the onions. So we've got our onions here. Sorry, I forgot the garlic. So we've got onions here, we've got garlic. I'm just gonna put in 1 small spoon of garlic. Okay, throw that in there. So the onions and the garlic is cooking at the moment. So while that's happening, I just want to quickly explain why bone broth is very important for our overall health. Like I said earlier, it's really good for your gut health. So if you drink it in the mornings without any food, it will actually help to heal your gut lining, so it makes your digestive system and your intestine system better. It will heal any issues. Also, it's actually really good for leaky gut. So if you suffer from any type of leaky gut, or you have symptoms of bloating, indigestion, or you just don't feel good in your gut, bone broth is a really good way to help your gut to repair itself. And it's, like I said, it has a lot of collagen and it has a lot of minerals from the bones that will help repair it. Okay, so the important part about bone broth is that the minerals that the bones have, it's actually very important for our own body because it's similar to ours. So it helps bind our collagen, it helps promote a good immune system, and it's a very nutritious liquid or food to put in our body. Okay, so now the onions and the garlic are sauteing, they're really cooking well. It smells really good, actually, amazing. Okay, so what we'll do is once the onion and garlic you can see that they've been cooking for a while and you can smell the flavors, what you need to do is add in our turmeric. Okay, so we'll add in our turmeric. So I've got a little bit there, but I know it's a little bit amount of turmeric, but It's very, very good for us. So what we'll do is I'll add a little bit of water to get that turmeric as a paste and just keep cooking it. Okay, so we'll cook our turmeric a little bit more and just add a bit of water into it. Let it just simmer away, and it will just slowly cook. Now make sure that the fire is a little bit low. The thing about turmeric is that it's, again, another really, really important anti-inflammatory. So turmeric is really fantastic for our immune system, and it has so many protective qualities in it. So combining turmeric with the onions and cooking it down slowly will actually help the curcumin ingredient be drawn out of the turmeric. Okay, so it's important that you keep the fire on low when you are cooking the turmeric. So what we want to do is we want to draw out the ingredient, the curry, but we don't want to overburn it, and we don't want to overcook the turmeric. So that's why now I've got the fire on low. So I'll just keep on stirring the turmeric, make sure it's going. I'm just going to grab a little bit more water, be right back. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more water to the turmeric. Make sure it's just cooking down. I'll just show you. So we can see that the turmeric and the onion, garlic and water is just cooking down slowly. And that's what we want. We want to cook it down slowly so that all the beautiful medicinal and healing properties are drawn out without the turmeric getting burned. So that's what we want to do. Okay. So it's bubbling away. And now we are ready to add in our celery. Okay, I've chopped up the celery leaves as well. Those are really good. We're going to put in our celery, dry parsley, there's sprinkles of dry parsley, and our spring onion. Okay, so we're going to throw it in there. And we've got spring onion here at the bottom. Okay, so we'll just keep stirring. It's important to mix it really thoroughly, so then the spring onion starts cooking and caramelizing, and also the celery is also softened up. So we'll just cook this for about a minute. I'll add a small cup of water just to get that cooking happening. So now that's looking beautiful colors. We've got our green, we've got our bright yellow from the turmeric, we've got our spring onions happening in there, and the celery. So it's going. So we'll leave that as is. And yeah, just talk about why bone broth is called botox, or the natural botox. So I'm not a fan of botox or anything like that to be put in your body. Each to their own, but that's not really my thing. I always feel that it's best to supplement our bodies naturally and help our natural processes. So having one a small cup of bone broth per day will actually really help help you with the aging process. So it will help with replenish your collagen. It will help with your joints. It will help with gut health, as mentioned earlier, and it will also help with energy production. I know a lot of people have started to drink bone broth in the morning instead of coffee. So I think I love coffee, but to be honest, it's not as beneficial as bone broth. Like with coffee, you will get this sort of high, and then after a few hours, you know, it will subside. But when you have bone broth in the morning, you'll find that you have so much energy in the morning. You have so much clarity in the morning. Then it's absolutely really good for your immune system as well. So yeah, so it's a cheap collagen, cheap botox for those of us who don't want to have botox, or we can't afford to have botox. This is a good solution. Okay, so now let's go back to the next ingredients we're gonna pop in here. So the next thing we're gonna put in here is the actual beef bones. Okay, so I got this from my local butcher, and I got him to chop it up in 3 pieces and remove the feet. So because I really don't like seeing the feet, it's like it's kind of like a turn on for me. So I asked him to remove the nails, you know. I don't know if you know, but that's a bit icky. So we're gonna throw in our beef bones like that. We're just gonna throw it in, okay? And again, we're gonna give it a good stir to just get everything in there going. All right. So that's looking all nice and immersed in the onion, garlic, celery, coriander, spring onions, okay? Now we're gonna add in salt, okay? I really love pink Himalayan salt. I find it's so much more nutritious and has a lot of minerals that could help. I prefer this more than white salt. So, but you can put any salt that you like, you know. I'm just saying this is my favorite. So what we'll do is we'll pop in a bit of salt in here, get it all going, and stir it in. Now it's very important, it's very important to keep stirring this. Make sure that the onions and the celery and everything else is getting really cooked, okay? And once you feel like it's cooked a certain amount, you can just maybe wait a few minutes, like make sure it's sizzling, okay? And then we'll add in the water. So I've already boiled 1 kettle of water. It's about 1.5 liters of boiled water. So as you can see, it's already boiled, okay? And what we will do is we will add it to the bone broth. Just get everything in there. Okay. So there we go. So we've added our bone broth. We've added our water and our bone broth. And we'll just stir everything in. Make sure it's all immersed in there. Okay. Now, once we've done that, it's important to add a small cup of white vinegar, okay? So we'll just add that in, okay? And stir. Okay, Okay, get all that white vinegar stirred right through the bone broth. Okay. Now the reason we're adding in the white vinegar is that once the bone broth starts boiling and the vinegar is also boiling with it, it activates something in the vinegar that will help draw out more minerals from the beef bones. Okay, so you don't have to add vinegar, but it's really, really beneficial for you to add the vinegar because the vinegar will draw out as much minerals and collagen from the bones as possible. Okay, so that will give you more of the benefits once your bone broth is ready. Okay, so that's the reason we're adding the vinegar. Now, if you don't like the taste of vinegar, don't worry, because you can't really taste it. The boiling, the evaporation will actually take away the smell or the taste of vinegar. So I know some people find it a little bit hard to you know, smell vinegar or taste it. So if you don't like vinegar, that's all right. Do not worry about it, you'll be fine. But it was just really beneficial for the collagen and the minerals. So let's go back to our bone broth. Okay, so now it's nearly coming to a boil, and I'm just gonna make sure it's all stirred in. Okay, so as you can see now, the bone broth is very much ready to boil, and as you can see, all the beautiful colors are coming through. We've got our celery, we've got coriander, we've got the beef bones, we've got spring onions, onion, garlic. So there's quite a few ingredients in here, and it's just about to start boiling. So just before it does that, what I will do is I'll add in more ingredients. Okay, so here we have fresh coriander and we have fennel. Okay, fennel adds a really earthy taste to it, and actually fennel is a really good anti-fluid plant. So fennel helps flush out our body from toxins and excess fluids. So it's a really, really good thing to put into broth because it's very, very healthy, and the taste is absolutely delicious. Now you don't have to put fennel in there if you don't want to. It's completely your choice. But like I said, this recipe, I've been taught this recipe from my family, and we always had fennel. Okay, so what we'll do is, as it's coming to a boil, we're adding our fennel and our coriander. Okay, we're gonna stir right through, and we're gonna leave it for a few hours on low heat for, I would say, about 3 to 4 hours on low heat. Once 3 or 4 hours have passed, you will find that it's come to a really good boil and it's a little bit more clear, and that's when you can let it cool down, store it in the fridge overnight, and in the morning you will find that there's a lot of things on the surface that have solidified. You can take off some of the stuff on the surface and then keep the rest of the broth. You can stir it in small containers. What I like to do is I like to store it in containers for the week and have it every day or every other day. You can even use this as a base for soup. So if you're making other soups, you can use bone broth as a base for your soup. So you can strain the vegetables and just use the liquid as a base for other soups if you'd like. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the process, and I hope you can try it as well. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.